I'm nervous. I don't even know where to begin. I have my tallest on. Why? I haven't been here in a while. Don't worry, I'm fine. In fact, not only fine, I'm so fine, I was almost impelled to put on this talus. Okay? The tzitzis that falls from here, this is the spirit that connects to our worlds. The big one over here is our life. Okay? It's tied into the center dot. You see the dot in the center? Well, there's one here and one here. Two. And then I have two on this side. Those are my four corners. Okay? And the dot is like the ace dot, because in each of the four corners, you are the center of attention. And that is what that dot is all about, being the center of attention. More and more, the more I work, the more I do. I didn't come on because the information is so precise that it was almost impossible, even for myself, to explain it exactly. And even today, I mean, you want to see something? Do you know why the egg is the way it is? Let me show you just a little trick. Do you see the omega sign? Well, there's an egg inside the omega sign, and it squeezes out at a point, and when it comes out, it gets round. They look like sevens on each end because it's God that created it. Okay? That point goes through every single passage. Okay? That egg is the number 5 in that area, because that's what's being pushed out. It's in the middle of creation. The corners that you don't see, and you don't see them because no one creates them. We have come into a world where, in all actuality, the Big Bang is not what placed the planets the way we see it. The Big Bang, how can I explain this, is like blowing up a balloon. God had a little bubble of his heaven, okay? And you ever see the way you put a stick into the soap and you pick it up and the stick is big and it's this big and it makes a bubble this big and it makes a bubble this big and then the bubble bursts, okay? So where we are right now is what happened is alpha and beta. Beta is the yellow world, which is the world of creation. Why do I call it the yellow world? Well, it's not in a bubble and there's really no real living life. The living life would be the green, okay? The same thing I would say for man. What color is the living life? The living life is my skin color. But what color is my skin color? They say it's pink. I say it's beige. I say we're Beijing. We're skin and change. We're a little bit of change, and man goes through change, okay? So a darker fellow with my skin color is called a black man. He's no black man. There ain't no black man. There's black in the matrix. It's a mixture of colors. But he's no black man at all, because he can't be black, because he's blue, and he's yellow, and he's red. And the black tells us that he has more soul, because of the amount of each part, these elements of these colors, create these colors. Therefore, the yellow part is from the soul. Therefore, that yellow is the part that must create the darker fellow, brown. So anyways, let me get back to the Einstein and the Big Bang. What happened is God had to expand his bubble. And they do it in tires and they expand. Don't you know how a balloon expands and then it floats? Well, we're floating in the middle of space. Have you ever looked over the edge of Earth? You can't, because it ain't a square. If God made Earth a square, we'd see right over the edge. Do you want to know how a square works? How a circle is inside a square, the square is inside another circle, and out from that, we call it the dog pounds, the tic-tac-toe board. The 9 lives of the cat is the 9 lives of man, and I'm going to show you how it comes to be. But first I want to tell you a little bit about the ABC. The reason why ABC comes to be, okay, is alpha beta creation, which means the yellow world and God's world, they come together like a husband and wife, and they created. What they created becomes the D, okay, divide. Okay, so when they create and that comes D, you have ABC. But when you sing the alphabet song, A, B, C, D, and then you stop. E, F, G, and then you stop. So you stop at God. You start at A, B, C, D, of creation of what it is, okay? And then you get the E, which is the middle of where the egg would come out, the connection, okay, to F. D connects to F. My son's initials. Why does D connect to F? Because D is what was created, and F is the man of the creation. D-E-F, death. Divide, equalize, and finalize. Because that's actually what they're doing. I know I can't be wrong because I've already tested it out on paper. DEF, if you look at the DEF on your telephone, old telephone keyboard, DEF is on the 3. That's for creation. I'm going to see if I can explain to you. There's so many things. I'll just show you one picture and then tell you about it. Okay, just real quick. Do you see what looks like the A? It's the V. Okay, it's also the bottom part of the heart. Okay, it's also on one angle looking like the lambada. On another angle, it's looking like the gamma. Okay, that's one of them. What do I have here? Okay, put this back. Oh, another thing I want to show you. I have it on the back. Now, if you take the top, take a dice, split it on an angle, and open it up, and put them together, you get the letter B. Okay, I'm not showing you the center. First you have the A, you get the letter B. Now, if you open up the B again with the same dice, and you just move the B upwards, those lines upwards, you automatically get the C. Okay? Now, if you take the complete opposite side and reverse it, what's bent in, I'm going to show you what's bent in to be bent out. And then, once it's bent in and bent out, the inside point, okay, it becomes the D. Okay? So, I mean, all you have to do is really, I'm working with just 2 and 3 lines. You see, if I work with one line, I can do anything. You can do anything with a line. Okay? Let's put this back over here. The cash register image. You want to see the cash register image? I haven't done it for a while. Okay, why that's the cash register image, in all actuality, what it is I took a dice and I cut it in half, but I followed the lines of the boxes. In all actuality, if you put 2 of those together, the bottom part, like I told you before, is the heart. That's one part of a broken heart. It's a broken dice cube where you only get 3 of 4 corners. One of the corners is God's corners. You can't get that corner. In your life, it's your corner. 3 out of 4 dentists said, what do you think? You think they didn't get it from a pattern? Everything we say, whatever we do, wherever we go, however you think, there's a pattern. And I can figure it out. Because I have been figuring it out. It seems like things are getting a lot easier for me, but a lot harder to explain. Because the actuality is, why do I know this, or any of it, and what do you understand that I know, and what do I know of what you understand of what I know? And that's the way it has to go. Cigarette, my first one. Why don't you look at it this way? I'm not going to go to my papers. The dog, D-O-G, 26 letter count. Dog is the opposite of God, so we must be the opposite of God. We must be the dogs. 26. 2 and 6 is 8. It means the heavens. So we're the dog in the heavens. And this is our pound. And this is the pound right here on the tallest. In that dot there, it's the dog pound. We're tied in. So we got pounds. Now inside the pound key is the tic-tac-toe. In fact, tic-tac-toe is 3 letters, 3 letters, 3 letters. T-T-T. Truth and trust and the transfer from the heavens. So in the tic-tac-toe we got 9 spaces, the 9 lives of the cat. We must be the cat. C-A-T, cat. Letter count, 24. 2 plus 4 equals 6 men. Oh my God. It all works out. Let's try it another way. The 8 heaven and the 6 man equal 14. Okay, 14 in full is the 6 ball, and that's green, and that means life. 14th letter in the alphabet is N. It means to neutralize light. 1 and 4, the spirit with the 4 angles. Once you've got the 4 corners, you're a whole. Things go round and things go square, and then they go round and then they go square. If you want to design, which one I'm going to show you first? Boy, so many. Boy, I don't even know where to go first. Let's go A, B, C, D. Okay, let's just show you how A, B, C, D works. Okay, here's A, B, C, D. Okay, I just made a box, and all I did is in each box I put A, B, C, D. Okay, but I put it on the outside. Okay, then what I did is, since A, B, C, D are all together, I drew another box that would connect A, B, C, D corners all to the center box, because half of the C and half of the A and half of the B would be in each box. Therefore, this is everything in a bowl of soup, a bowl of wax. This is what creation is. It creates another square. Okay? And so on and so forth. One goes east-west and they turn inside each other, just like our poles, just like the world goes around in a day, and we go around the sun in a year. Praise Jupiter, that without Jupiter, man is not alive today. You can quote me on that. Okay, so then we have A, B, C, D. The E would be in the center. The E world, the blue world, the center world, man's world. Okay, now what happens in this center, okay, I'm going to design it since I showed you. I'm going to make the center, and then I'm going to show you how I go to all the corners. Okay, this is how I go to all the corners from the center. Now all I did was draw a line from the dot in the center to the corners. In all actuality, this designs a star. In order to find out the truth of the Aquarius or astrological signs and stars in space, what you must do is find the focal point center, a space that is empty, not a space that is taken. You want a middle space that is not taken. Follow it, and you will create another star. One of these stars will be pointing down here to Earth. Okay, I'm not sure how it works. I know it will be in the Middle East. This is all a setup. This is God's game. We're in His world. This is our life, and He owns it. And that's the way it is. Because whatever you say and whatever you put in your pocket, when you die, you can't say shit no more. And that's all it'll be, is shit. Because when you piss, that's the yellow world. And when you shit, that's the color of your skin. So you got both sides of the world. Don't tell me He didn't tie it together. It goes in through the mouth, where it's only a hole. There's nothing there. And it comes out the rear end, it's only a hole. It's what's in the hole, it's what's in the empty space that counts some of the times. It's not the space that counts all the time. It's what's in the empty space. Therefore, what you eat makes who you are. So simple, is it not? So anyways, this is what the star ends up looking like. Okay, right here, which is the tic-tac-toe board. The tic-tac-toe board on the first line of 1, 2, 3, Tick would say T is for the transfer, okay, of the God. The I in tick would be the birth of man, which goes in the 2 position for beta, which would be BI. And then the C position for birth, alpha beta creation, okay, is the C for birth. Anyways, this is a 6 dice. 7 out of 9 worlds can run from here. Why? Because the center world, okay, cannot go with the north and south, as it can't go with the east and west. It's one or the other, creating 6. Again, the Magen David, the Hebrew letters. I went over Hebrew letters over and over. I went over the letter, one of the letters I really wanted to talk about before my minute is up. And the X and Y chromosome, and how the Y chromosome looks like the AYIN, the AGREATER, and the AYIN has a 49 letter count, which means the 4 corners of the 9 lives of man, which has the yin and the yang in it. The AYIN, which means the angle of the yin, which is already telling you the angle of the yin brings the yang of God. AYIN bringing the heavens of God. The design of this letter says and shows AYIN, the 4 corners. The man takes life that draws the pentagram inside of this, and then we come up with another result. AYIN, heaven of man. I found it. It's there. I know it. Take care. This is Raphael 7286.